Good morning, and we welcome you all to Qcell House here on Caraba Avenue from wherever you might be watching us from, and to the audience here in the auditorium. Good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get on to why we are gathered here this morning, I would ask that we observe a silent minute prayer, after which we would proceed with the program. Bismillah. Amen. Thank you very much. Once again, we welcome you to Qcell House here on Caraba Avenue. So a few months ago, we gathered here to formalize a partnership between QTV and GRTS that gave all of us the opportunity to follow the AFCON campaign in Ivory Coast, and which was a very successful, partnership. We've had a very, very fruitful relationship with GRTS since inception in 2009, and we're very much pleased that this relationship continues to grow. However, I recall on that fateful day there was a commitment that Qcell had made, notably the chairman, that we would continue to endeavor to ensure that football lovers in this country don't miss out on any of the biggest footballing events around the world. And so not only did we do that for AFCON, we're yet again gathered here, as we look forward to the Euros. I'm sure, football enthusiasts in this country are all looking forward to the start of the Euros on Friday. So Qcell is yet again demonstrating that commitment to ensuring that you don't miss out on this major global sporting event by partnering yet again with GRTS to ensure that you get to watch, these games. So, without really saying much, I would like to invite Mam Jeng. Mam is the head of, she's overseeing marketing at GRTS, to share a few remarks with us. We welcome you, Mam.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today it's another big day where GRTS and Qcell are partnering. If I could remember when associate in 2009, I will fully remember, and I know Yafa would agree with me, you first sponsored the soap, Two Sides of Anna, which was a lover that people love to watch. Thank you, the chairman of Q Group. Today we are gathered here again to sign another contract, but this time around is the Euro 2024. What are our obligations and what are our rights and what are the public willing to see? That is something that GRTS is partnering. Thank you, Ami, for accepting our letter. Today, again, if I could remember, because for me, I've been in the institution for so many years, and I've been working in the marketing department for so many years, so I know, what Qcell have been doing to GRTS. Looking at the past years and looking at today, it seems that Sunyubus is ours. Coming up today, I promise you, CEO, that we would work with you shoulder to shoulder so that we would make sure that the Sunyubus is always GRTS Sunyubus. Our Director General, Acting Director General, Alaji Modi Diouf, Director of HR, Mr. Kiyankuba, and Director of Finance, Mr. Samate, and Alaji Esa Jalo, Director of Programs. Today we are all here to witness the signing ceremony, and we believe that we will deliver as expected. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ma'am. Quite reassuring words there. So I think this is yet another demonstration of the fact that for us at Qcell and the Q Group, the Sunyubos slogan, as I would always say, is not just a slogan for us. It's an ideal that we strongly believe in. And I like the fact that GRTS is also championing this Sunyubos cause. So we appreciate. So I would now like to invite Ms. Ami Sise, the Senior Marketing Manager at Qcell. Yes, Ami? Mrs.? Yes. I beg your pardon. My apologies. Mrs. Ami Sise, yes. Yes, Ami.
Good morning. We would like to welcome you all to Qcell House. First of all, I would acknowledge the presence of the acting DG, Alhaji Mamadou Diouf, Mam Jeng, and the entire management of GRTS, and of course my CEO as well, and the entire management of Qcell. I think Mam basically said it all. We've been in partnership since 2009, since inception, and it has been nothing short of a great relationship. And like you said, I think this is basically something that the whole country should look up to. QTV and GRTS have never been in competition, and they would never be in competition. I think it's obvious, maybe not to a lot of people outside, but we have free access to your studios. Even if we need any material, it's free access. It has never been an issue, and I think that's a great working relationship between the two institutions. As we signed the AFCON agreement in January, we made a commitment to continue to work with GRTS. This is another step, and I'm sure in the future there would be more fruitful partnerships as well. We're very excited to bring Euro 2024 to the general public, because we all know that the Gambia is full of football lovers, and this would be an opportunity for them to watch all the games on GRTS in partnership with Qcell. So we're very grateful for this partnership, and we know that it would be a success, and we look forward to many more partnerships in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ami Sise. Just to quickly emphasize that the Euros is one of the biggest footballing tournaments in the world. Some of the biggest footballing nations would converge in Germany, 24 countries, to be precise, to take part in this global event. So we look forward to that, and I'm sure you're all excited already. I would now invite Alhaji Mamadou Diouf, the Deputy Director General of GRTS, to also deliver, brief remarks. Mr. Diouf, sir.
Good morning, colleagues. I dare not to go into any formal protocol because it's the same family. When I walk here, you can observe from Mr. Ka, Mr. Tunkara, my very own brother, Mr. Ja, and the rest of the family. So no need for any formality in terms of punctuation of titles and whatever. We are all one and the same. Somebody said, Sunyu boss, and I said, and I would add one addendum, Sen boss. Well, on a more serious note, good morning to our esteemed viewers there and members of the media fraternity who are present here. On behalf of the Director General of GRTS, who is on avoidable absence due to the fact that he is currently in Mecca to perform the Hajj, we wish him and other pilgrims all the best so that we receive them. But nonetheless, life continues. Well, coming to this signing ceremony, I am here together with my management team. Some are behind on working on the technical aspects so that we have a hitch-free coverage, and inshallah, that is our wish. People like me were not sleeping for the past 1 week or so, in the sense that Euro 24 games are around, 51 games for that matter, and the general public would not expect nothing less, nothing more than to watch this game. And to us at GRTS, being the national broadcaster, it is our role, our responsibility, because we are a service provider, and we owe it to everybody, including Sen Boss and Sunyu Boss, to make sure that these games are aired. As I always say, as broadcasters, we don't belong to any camp. We are everywhere. Religious events, we take the lead as broadcasters. Agriculture, health, education, sports, culture, you name it. This is the role of a radio and television broadcasters. And nobody will do it except the broadcasting institutions. But again, broadcasting is a very expensive venture. I'm sure our boss CEO, Q Group, will tell you. Sometimes you even wonder, why do I have to venture into radio broadcasting or TV? For the simple reason that the expenses, the overhead costs, the wherewithals, the manpower, the resources, the training aspect, and everything, for people to tune into that radio or to just click to watch that TV, what it will cost is a colossal sum of money. Today you want to cover a news item just from here to, let's say, the OIC Center. You need a vehicle. Do we normally calculate the amount of fuel that the crew will use to that center to and fro? Do we factor, finance people are here, the amount of energy you would need to sit and do the editing just for that 2 minutes, 3 minutes to come on TV? If we are to calculate that in terms of money, it's very expensive just for one news item, let alone some news items and other programs aspect. People will be everywhere. They will want the television, radio, come cover our events. But do we normally factor who pay for this cost? It's nobody's business. Yes, it is not their business because it shouldn't be their business. It is our role and responsibility to deliver it. How are we going to deliver it? It's a challenge. And coming to the show that we are facing right now is to at least telecast these 51 games for the entire country and beyond, because it's going to be on satellite. I just signed the contract yesterday and it's sent to head office so that they will give us the parameters, and from there we will take it off. How much would it take? Gambians wouldn't know. Some would know, a football right. They just right. What right? That right is how much? And how many of us, all of us together as Gambians, are ready and prepared to contribute to that right so that we can enjoy it? All what you know, you people, are you watching the game? Are you going to show the match so that you watch it? Yes, we'd want. And in Mandinka you say, dongo diata kutoye bari teotala. Mbonat bi buga na fecha, waye amud ndiga pour fecha. Dina do buga fecha. So in a nutshell, meaning the tortoise will want to dance but doesn't have the waist to do the dance. Here we are contemplating where will we get the funds to pay for the rights. As I said, we are a social service provider. It's not a profit-making institution. We just want to be there to fulfill our mandate. And thank God, the Q Group, under the dynamic and visionary leadership of Dr. Mohamed Jah, is here. Yes. I have my reasons. I have my reasons. I can profile all of them. They were my junior at Muslim High School, with due respect. You know, from the basketball court to the late father's classroom of blessed memory, of Ustaz Masja. They are here. I don't know. That's why I said, Doctor, the reason is for another forum. But they were able to come in terms of complementarity. And it only takes patriotic citizens, patriotic people, people who have the heart, people who have the love, people who have that religious inclination in them to support X, Y, Z when they are in need. And that's what exactly the Q Group has done. They are not doing it for GRTs, not for Alaji Modu Juve, or not for Mam Jeng, or not for any other person, but they are doing it for mankind in general, every citizen in this country. When you watch a match, it doesn't belong to the Q Group, not QTV, not GRTs, but the Gambian public, locally and internationally. So, we profoundly and so elephantly commend and thank the Q group for once again coming to the rescue not of Jihad but the Gambian public to enable to show the greatness. It would have been very simple for me. Well, acting DG, are you showing the march? I'm sorry, we are not. What happened? The resources, we don't have the funds. And nobody would take me to jail for that. Nobody. So, be it government, NGOs, the private sector, the ordinary citizen, it behoves on all of us collectively to be complementing each other in times of need. Because at the end, it becomes a win-win situation. And at the end, the reward and pride belongs to the person who did this thing. It's very easy, I always say, in this country, it's very easy and what's very difficult to do it. Often I do agree with other people in higher echelon of services. Yes, strategy document, action plan, blah, blah. I said, yes, well done. The beautiful wordings could be very excellent, very nice, but at the end what we need is the end result. That's where we can pick and go and find it. And for a guy like me, I believe in the end result. Forget about the big trajectory of the whole thing, that blah, fine, well done. But let us be action-oriented to prove a point so that we reach at the end of the tunnel where we want this nation to be. Nobody will come from any other part of the world to come to the Gambia and say, yes, they will say, I want to develop the Gambia, but the onus, 1,000,000%, if there is 1,000,000% what belongs to all of us to push this country from where we want to take it. And we cannot do it in isolation. It has to be a teamwork. We have to get the mindset, attitudes to change for a right, positive thinking, so that we have what we want as a nation, as the Q has demonstrated. So, Mr. Jha and team, our thanks and appreciation. And on our side, be assured 3 times, we will try to make sure we excel, just as we did before. But in anything, there are learning processes. There could be hitches here and there, but we are the same family. It's not a competition, but a complementarity. And hence, you've reached out to us to give us this sponsorship package. Be assured that we'll also excel in whatever we want to. That's why I tasked the director of TV programs. When we came the last time, he was a director. Now he's entirely in charge. And yeah, and my way of operation, I'm not interested in the Aliu Jallo, I'm sorry to quote his name, or Keba Cole downstairs, or Suso, or Famarabaji. I deal with the head director. And let him pepper it down, and it filter, and then you get results. So on that note, once again, we are very happy, very elated to have this partnership with the Q group, and inshallah, everything will go to fruition. I thank you. And yes, okay. And I thank you very much for the warm hospitality when you walked in. The security ushered in and said, third floor. I said, yes, so I was here. When the foundation was being constructed, I was here. So I know this place more than my brother Tunkara and others. So that just shows you how comfortable we are. But again, we are much elated. Okay, he's directing me. My director is telling me to say, okay, Abaraka Tunkara, badingolu, bading Gambian kolo, minubeng programo kachano makanjang, mbe dulamin to jang be Q group, wala Qcell la kunda baleto, daminto Qcell ila kafonying inin GRTS be kamben ne sitikang pour nyin kamala dunia be nyose kata damfo min nyanta kala tubabu du jamani kata damfu tan lulu anin kili nyose ato wole be kala adun dunia kono dun mo jamale kanyin jibe bari ka kata damfo fintindi television oto amanke nyinti do be la telele maladron ay finti e ka ku fenne jow e ka me ko right wodo mun naful jama baleti aka tale million jama ibe wole jola yena silo soto kanyin katadam fo yitande bayri GRTS dolem banko la radio nin television oti aduno bentole kan ka woke bari dongo diata kute teotala ka woke ibe sulala nafulo minna ni o manan ko ngote bulu ita kenola bari alhamdulillah Qcell Q group ila nyaton ko mimmo ngafo jang Dr. Mohamed Dia ala miral nyima kan ala banku din kende kan ala sobe kan ala hino nim balafa ka banko molu makoy manke nyinti ko be kodole dila mo kunkilinala bari mobe la haji ko mu minti ye daadu nje fo banko ye fanja kono wala mo banko din kende ate wala mo banko makoy anata kote ke kake ko nyin kamala c'est un sponsor wala mo be dépasso le dundi laje pour wo dépasso wala ba tinala GRTS fana nyanta min kuma kala ka kata dam fo nyi yitandi nga wo jono banku dingol be saje amanke ko be profit nyino la amanke profit kuti amanke fenti bari service olem wala do ko le nyanta min kala mole bi nata wala ka kaytol sain jang nin kuy groupe adon alala demaroto na katakol be mba kelale pour momo nin kata dam fo ka die isa jibe banko kanjang fo bantala banko de cap abe tarala satellite woto nga Mr. Jatentu anala kiw groupe kafomol be enin nin na nyomuto jiate se mamanke nyo sabotin tema nga fo jande radio nin television doko adda jawiata bakele jorawul serta wato dolu lamoyra safa ko albe nyim findini laban albe nyin kala nyaade bare abe nafulo jelle tala kibar killing dorong yo findinde wo mo kodo jellete wo mo wuli wulolti alala luwolong woni programme kotengol to ni mo nata en fasa mimbo ko Qcell amantolu fasa bari ban Gambia banko be ilota wole woto ngi tentu ke jayi Dr. Mohamed Diana ala molu ala baraka adum fanan na karola ni ala sonta na katako be mba kelale na lonkon be mba kelale ka jeko e ko kundi mi yalonko wole keta nalu tema na karola nga wajula nyintimande ala baraka bake
Mr. Diouf langa jappale poli hana you know we're all looking forward to the Tobaski, and I understand Fullers who are into the business of selling rams. I mean, they're saying that you can only collect your rams at night. Please don't. But thank you very much, DDG. We really do appreciate those remarks, and I like your emphasis on the cost of TV rights. Those of us who've been, or who are really very strong fans of football, we know that it's quite an expensive business. And so, if anything, I think it shows a great sense of, patriotism in what we do. But also, this partnership for me demonstrates a very strong commitment on the side of Qcell, but also GRTS, to ensuring that, Gambians, young people in particular, who are very much into football, are able to follow these global events, without any hassle. So at this point, I would like to invite our chairman, Mr. Mohamed Dia, to really unveil this package for us, what it entails, and what the package is all about in the partnership, after which we would get to the main highlight, which is the signing ceremony. So, Mr. Dia, you're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, and thank you, Senyasi, for the moderation. The Deputy Director General of GRTS, Alaji Modu Diouf, our elder brother and friend, Mam Jeng, Marketing Manager, the team of senior managers of GRTS. I would specifically want Mr. Diouf for us to, recognize your new director, the director of program, Mr. Esa. The reason being, when we started QTV, we were novice. We did not have a clue. And I remembered I told my team that I think we will start doing news maybe in 2 years' time. But I got a call from, I spoke to Honorable Silla, who was the then DG, Director General of Grts, and I was talking to him about what we intend to do at QTV, and he asked me about news, and I told him that I think we don't have the capacity yet, and he volunteered to, release ESA to QTV, and today if we're able to have good news, thanks to Keba ESA, so I really thank him, and that just shows, the bonding GRTS has with QTV. I would like to recognize the presence of the senior managers here, Ami Sise, Senior Manager Marketing, Senior Manager Sales, Lamin Yafa, Head of QTV, Marika, Head of Corporate and Operations of QTV, Alaji Tunkara, my beautiful wife here present. I was wondering when we started, I didn't see her. So I was wondering whether I should make a speech or not, but she's around. And all the staff of the group present today. Today is a very happy moment for us at Q Group because yet again we are fulfilling one of our commitments to the public. Using Suñu Bos as a slogan is not easy. It's a very challenging task being in the environment we are in. But I'm happy that the Q Group family is able to uphold the principles of the Suñu Bos concept. I would like at this time to congratulate the Scorpions for the efforts they have been doing in the World Cup qualifiers. I know yesterday, we are won, but the first match we won 5-1, and yesterday I think we led 1-0, and they switch off the lights and they put the injuries inside. Yes, I told my, we Africans, we believe in that. I think their Marabu told them, you have to switch off the light. And it went for 30 minutes, and I think all the injuries were put in place. But we want to tell them that we are coming back, and we hope that this time around, our Scorpions will qualify to the World Cup, this time around. So we want to congratulate them. I want to also thank the marketing teams of both GRTS, Mam Jeng and Ami, for making this happen. Rajimodu, we are just at the background. We work on recommendations, from, our senior staff, and we were happy that both of them, ladies, for that matter, were able to make this happen. I think the whole country is looking forward to watching the Europa 2024. The Premier League is finished now. There is nothing happening, and I think this is a good time, to have the Europa, and I believe that we will have very good viewership. The whole country will watch it. So I would really like to thank the Gambian people for supporting us, because for us to be able to do what we are doing is because the Gambian public is supporting the efforts of the Q Group. This is not the first time, and it's not going to be the last time. I always reiterate that we believe in the Suñu Bos concept, and we believe in the Gambian people. We believe that we can do it. If you look at our country today, you have 80%, almost 70 to 80% of our economy is not driven by Gambians. And we say that we need to encourage Gambians, whether you are here or whether you are in the diaspora. Yesterday, we had the launching of the remittance, the international remittance, and I said it there, that yes, it's good for the diasporans to send money to Gambia to help families to build their homes and infrastructure. But I think we should go to the second phase. Today, our diasporans send close to $1 billion to the country. to make sure our families live well, make sure they build their homes and so on. But I'm asking them to go a second level, next level. And that level is to come in and start doing business in the Gambia, to invest in the Gambia and do something which will bring a good return to the Gambian people. I know if you are here, yes, we have a lot of challenges, but if you do business, you will succeed because the environment is there, is conducive enough, and you will be able to help more people, and you will be able to impact more lives. For us, that is our goal, to impact. We wake up every morning to see how we can impact another one life. So I believe that all of us, should look into that direction. Yes, Alhaji Modu, this new boss concept, you've spoken about it, and you know that we have been intervening, in critical moments in this country, and in very critical moments. You remembered the time during the mayoral elections, we all knew that the main issue was the cleanliness of our city. We were able to work with the KMC to bring in compactor trucks, to help in that way. And not only that, we brought them, but we were able to pre-finance, which none of the bidders, 7 bidders, was able to do. The second critical intervention we did, just to name a few, just in the motor industry, is the bus. There was a time when there was a lot of noise on transport issues in this country. Commuters were complaining of being charged 3 fares just to go to Birkama. We again intervened, partnering with the Social Security, where a bid was there on the open. And again, second time, the institution did not have money to buy the buses. We at Q Group were able to come in. Among, I think, 6 or 7 bidders, we were able to be the most competitive. And not only that, but we were able to pre-finance that bid. And up to today, they are paying for those vehicles. And of course, most recently, the OIC vehicles, where competitive bidding was also done. And again, the Q Group came in, to supply 87 vehicles, very beautiful vehicles, very strong vehicles, and again, pre-financing. I can tell you up to now, we have not been paying a single butut, but this is our country, Alhaji Modu. Whatever we do, we are doing it for ourselves. We are not doing it for anybody, And I want to assure your team and the entire public that Q Group will not be found wanting in anything. We do things in the right way. That's how we are brought up. We come from very strong religious families, and we abide by rules and regulation. We don't want anybody to hand us any gift or anything. We want to work and sweat and get our results through our sweat. I want to also say that in the media, we were the catalyst for government to open up the TV thing. Without QTV applying and being have a license, no other private TV would have come on board. And I think for the past 7 years or 8 years we've got the license, we have proven to the whole country that we are worthy of being given a license. We have worked tirelessly with all the Gambians. And yes, sometimes we are blamed. Some people tell us that you are pro-government. Some tell us that you are opposition. But for us, I think if people hear me all the time, anytime I talk about QTV, I say that I give the team I want 2 things to happen in QTV. One is to make sure that we broadcast or we show, the positive image of Gambia and Gambians. There is a lot of negative, talk in the media. We want to be there as the positive channel. We don't want people to sit in front of our TV or listen to our radio and be fearful that in the next 1 minute they are going to say a touch. No, we want to be informing people, what is happening in the country. Because we know that our television is on satellite, is being watched, in the whole of Africa, some part of Asia and North America. So we want that positive image to go to the world so that people will have the trust and confidence to come and invest in our country. So that the diasporans will have the confidence to say, look, it's the right time for me to go back to Gambia. Since we got our license, not only that, we have worked with all parties, but we have developed this industry. We have developed a lot of young people. We've hired over 100 people working on the radio and the TV. And you have also started seeing the products of QTV now being poached by other media houses or going to order. But we are proud of that because I told you at the start, we had ESA. We had to poach ESA from GRTS. So if we go to a level where now our staff are going, to higher levels, almost on a monthly basis, you see one of our correspondents is overseas, representing us. I think this month we have somebody in Mecca. Every year we have Babukar is in Mecca. We have Aliu is in Zimbabwe. Every month we will have 2 or 3. I think we stand by our slogan, Sunyu Boss, and we want to assure the country that let them have trust in us. Let them have trust in Gambians. There are very few Gambians who are doing something meaningful to the development of the economy. Today, the Q Group, I can repeat again, and I'm on live, that we are the biggest employer in this country. And if we are not the biggest taxpayer as a group, we are one of the biggest. And every year, the president awards us the most compliant taxpayer. I think this is a pride for us as a Gambian company. A lot of young people look up to us to move forward. So let us encourage each other. Let us work. Let us be positive-minded, and let us believe that also we have good people in our society. We cannot just, say that everybody in the society is bad. We are good people. Gambians are very good people. Let us try to encourage that. But I really want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming and to thank the Gambian public for the confidence they have in us, Q Group, and also in GRTS. Is the national broadcaster. And we see the efforts you are doing with your team, with the mega resources. I'm not going to delve down on the money, the amounts, the monies we use every month to move this. I know what is happening in the industry. But the efforts you're doing, everybody appreciates it, really. Everybody appreciates the effort GRTS is doing, and we appreciate it. We've just worked together at the OIC, and we worked together hand in glove, and we delivered to the Gambian public a successful OIC. In terms of broadcasting, 100% successful. I want to also tell the public that the Q Group did not only engage during the OIC, we were not only on the broadcasting side. On the data side also, we were there. We made sure that there was enough data. The 5G network was set up from the VIP when guests arrive at the airport up to Banjul. And also in the conference center, we made sure that you had enough data and reliable data. And I can tell you, there is nobody who went back home and criticized Gambia for data. Everybody said they were able to access network at a very good speed. And of course, with the transportation through the VIP, through the vehicles, which I hinted to him that faya guñ ma ba legi. So, ladies and gentlemen, mo wax ci olof rek gana Alaaji Modou explain na tay luñu isi fi tay moy pour isil dëkk bi xibaar bu neex moy ne Euro 2024 this year dinañ ko broadcast Gambia GRTS dina ko wane ñëpp dinañ ko seetaan ñu partner ñoom pour make sure ne ñu mun a isi lii parce que comme nu Alaaji Modou waxee si waxam lii du loo xam ne lu cheap la déedéet lii dafa cher soo gisee nag ñuy ñëw to it is because dañ believe in the suñu boss concept dañ believe ni dëkk bi ñun pour ñu dem kanam by force ñu boole seen loxo together boole seen xol yi supportante pour mu dem waaye ku nekk su toogee fu mu toog rek ne man rek laay seet suma boppa laay seet yëf yi du dem partnership la GRTS nag this is not the first time ñu ngi partner ñoom several times both in technical and finance maa ngi remember bu ñu amee seen license bi ma laaj DG bi at the time ma ne ko loolu ngeen soxla am nañ license de waaye balaa ñoo set up lan ngeen mu ne ma dañ soxla ay laptops Alaaji Moodu ak ay computer yu fi kon remember ñu deliver free of charge ñu deliver laptops ak computers to them because time boobu loolu lañ soxla liggéey nañoo ñoo dimbale ne ñu pour set up si news department bi through Essa Diallo liggéey nañoo ñoom si OIC bi liggéey bu rafet boo xam ne ñëpp dañ toog seen kër yi seetaan ko man mi suma kër laa toogoon mouvement ma toog seetaan ko ba mu jeex ma kontaan gis collaboration bi nu mu demee lii nag tey soo gisee mu mun a xew mooy ne ñun dañ góom ne suñu bos concept ne ñun lii lu ñoo liggéey fii yëpp dañ ko war a bokkaa nit ñi soo leen xoolee Q group every time problème de dëkk bi soxla dara loo xam ne lu crucial la Q group dafa taxaw to make sure ne loolu am na parce que yéen waa dëkk bi yéen a ñu dooleel ñu égga fuñ égga tey après nit ñi dañ dee fàtte ne da ngeen ñu dooleel bañ mun a dem ubbi compagnie bu gën a rëy ko Sierra Leone kenn ñëpp xam nañ ni is 8 million people Gambia we are about 2 yéen a ñu dooleel bañ mun a ubbi Sierra Leone tey Sierra Leone dëkk bi yëpp ñu ngi ñoo celebrate ne suñu yëgoon Q group te la ñëw fii ngeen dooleel ñu bañ ubbi Red Coat in London di ko ron di ubbi léegi di ubbi fu nekk si aduna bi dëgga pour ñu jox nit ñi njukkal pour delloo nit ñi njukkal luñ amee si dëkk yi ñun tam dañ dee daw isi ko sin dëkk so nit ñi waruñoo foog rek ne ñun lu ñoo amee fii rek lañ ko amee déedéet yéen a ñu dooleel ñu dem ubbi soo suñ amee dara dañ war a ñëw daw si defal ko sin dëkk moo tax ñu def intervention yoo xam ne si dëkk bi bugguma guddal wax bi waaye su ma duggee si transportation bi rek recent intervention suñ def ñëpp teg nañ si seen boot te intervention yoo xam ne dafa njëriñ dëkk bi te utuñ si dara utuñ si xaalis utuñ si dañ si ut ne pour askan bi mun a dem to another level intervention bu njëkk a def mais yow ñëpp teg si seen boot mooy time mbalit project bu KMC buñ amee tenda buñ defee tenda bi ñun ñoo nekkoon di most competitive waaye KMC dañ ñu wonoon at that time ne soo la ñu dimbalewul pre-finance lii du dem ñu bidoon si bidding boobu yëpp dañ withdraw ñëpp Q group decide ne dañ koo def tey alhamdulillah ñun ñëpp gis nañ ne si street si ñu ngi set ñu ngi gis mbalit moto yi fu mu nekk nii yëpp a ngee daw léegi ñu ngi si 4 or 5 years moto yi benn taxawut yëpp a ngee daw that means jox nañ leen product bu baax te yëpp dañ ko pre-finance woon secondly ñun ñëpp xam nañ coow bu fi nekkoon si yëfi bosses yëfi transport te fi coow bu mag a mag nit ñi sona di wax ne dañ leen dee caaj ay soo buggee dem Brikama ñetti fea GTS def e tenda boobu tam tenda la tenda bi tam bu mu ñëwee espace comme like any other company in the country dañ apply buñ demee si tenda bi ñu win tenda bi buñ ko winee GTS ne amuñ xaalis ñu decide pour ñu pre-finance ko ba léegi GTS mu ngi ñoo fay ndànka every quarter mu fay ñu tuuti ba yëfi jeex waaye ñun ñëpp gis nañ ne buñ defee loolu transport situation bi improve na Gambia bu baax a baax coow gi wàññeeku na third one bi nag mooy OIC bi same scenario it was a tender buñ tendee du ñun kenn rek a fa nekkoon ay dégg foog naa ne 7 tenders ñu ngi fa woon waaye buñ tendee ba pare win nañ tender boobu ñun we were the most competitive again ñu ne préfet nag amul government xamuñ te lu garaaw si OIC bi lu nit ñi understandul mooy we had 1 month tender bi was within 1 month to the OIC ku nekk si car business di nga xam ne pour nga dajale 87 moto si benn weer isi ko Gambia is impossible. In fact, everybody said we will not do it. ñun duñ daan nelaw espace moto Kebe Mr Kebe ak tiimam nelawuñ ñu dem amuñ sa gaal yu isi moto yi fii dañ am pour wàccee moto yi Dakar yu teg leen si ko ay moto isi leen fii lu tax pour ne dañ fiil ne kiw groupe dañ war a make sure ne OIC bi nga xam ne ñu ngi 57 Islamic states or 57 dëkka ñu ñëw fii dañ war a ñëw gis ne ñun def nañ OIC bu réglé suñ contribution si dëkk bi bëri na waaye dama buggam néem e fiw rek OIC bi tamit du ne moto rek lañ isi te maa ngi koo junja léegi Alaaji Moodu ne ko feyaguñ ñu xanaa mu dimbale ñu gars yi jéem ñoo fay dara waaye loolu yëpp ñu ngi si kontaan di wax ne def nañ loo xam ne at least njëriñ na dëkk bi si yëfi internet tamit try nañ bañ make sure ne sin 5G network bi dañ ko expand through the si OIC bi foo dem from the Banjul airport ba Banjul si boppam am na 5G yëpp nga xam ne délégué si te loolu bokk na si lu dee tax summit successful tey soo ñëwoon ñu ne internet amul Gambia summit dafa fail waaye amul kenn ku complain ne amul internet waaye waxuma am speed of the internet is not good ñëpp ñu ngi doon liggéey liggéey si liggéey bu baax a baax a baax so really man daal lu ma mën a wax Alaaji Moodu mooy ne man ñun kontaan nañ at Q group level ne ñun lu ñu nit ñi sas ñu ngi ko mun a deliver to the people di wax ne nit ñi ne Gambia 80% lu passé juróom ñetta fukka si téeméer ci seen économie ñun Gambians amee wuñ ko so ñuy try Gambians suy try pour mun a lifi nañ leen encourage ñu ñaax leen ñu gën a try ndax mu mun a tax Gambians yu nekk di diaspora bi ñu mun a ñëw ñun ñëpp ñu liggéey yóbbu sin dëkka mu dem kanam dëkka bi Moodu Alaaji Moodu junje na ko ñun ñoo ko mun a liggéeyal seen boppa waxuñ ne nit mënut a jógee fële ñëw déedéet dafa war a fekk ñun ñuy liggéey mu ñëw jàppalante ñun ñu liggéey in terms of media nag moom ñun gis nañ luñ si liggéey buñ ñëwee ba léegi haya nañ over téeméeri staff ñu ngi xale ñu ngi liggéey si ñun te not only dañ leen di haya waaye dañ leen di train train leen gis ngeen lu ñoo jox public bi dama bëgg a wax ne ñun télévision bii ak radio bii Q TV ak Q radio nekku fi fu tiital nit nekku fi pour ici ay musiba ay yooyu déedéet ñun dañu wax ne dañu war a ici di positif mooy lu gën a baax sin dëkk lañ bëgg a wane parce que ñun sin télévision dafa dem si àdduna bi yëpp danga ko mun a wàcc su ma demee Sierra Leone QTV laa dee wàcc soo demee foo dem South Africa foo dem dangaa wàcc soo demee Amérique tey diaspora bi dañoo wàcc sin télévision soo ñun dañu war a génnee luy tax nit ñi am confidence ñëw sin dëkk liggéey mun a jox confidence sin xale yi waaye su nekkee ne ñun ñu ngi leen di tiital diaspora bi every day di leen tiital bi laay duñ ñëw dañoo toog te maa ngi wax démba si remittance conference bi na dégg la ñu ngi gërëm diaspora bi ñu ngi yónnee xaalis almost $1 billion every month to the country pour dundal ñu pour dimbale ñu pour tabax seen kër yi waaye maa ngi leen di ñaax ne léegi nañ demaat beneen level mooy nañ try ñëw def business Gambia ñu ñëw ñu liggéey ñu amee seen économie dëkka loolu mooy yóbbu dëkka by force ñun ñëpp ñu boole seen loxo di closer rek di gërëm Gambien si di leen gërëm si support bu ñoo jox tey soo gisee QTV di mën a def lii ak GRTS tey support bu ñu Gambien si di jox la waaye di wax Gambien si ne bu ñu kenn dugal seen boppa yi ne ñun ay nit ñu bon lañ déedéet Gambiens nit ñu baax leen ñun dañ dee travel all over the world Gambiens nit ñu baax leen ñun dañ war a am ay nit ñu baax ñu bëri ñu ñoo celebrate so dañ war a bokk benn xelaat benn wax ñu liggéey ñu yóbbu dëkk bi kanam bu ñu dara discourage bi ko fii rek lañ am tey soo fi jógee Gambie nga ne dangaa dem jéem a liggéey feneen di nga gis problème su fa nekka di nga xam ne really dinañ wax ne di nga fa nekka dinañ la ubbil de waaye si parenthèse bi ngaa em waaye fii yaa ngi am fii sa dëkk la yaa ngi mun a associé pare sant yàlla am nañ government boo xam ne they are democratic respect nañ rule of law you know so ñun ñëpp dañu war a jàppalante ñu defal seen dëkk bi waaye maa ngi gërëm ñëpp di sant ñëpp di wax ne daal Q group tey kontaanati nañ parce que defati nañ loo xam ne loolu lañ fiil ne moom la Gambian public bi bugga so ñu ngi leen di gërëm di leen wax ne nañ continuer di ñu support nañ continuer di ñu jox advice après tamit most important di ñu continuer di ñu ñaanal waaw parce que ñaan bi daf si am solo di gërëm ñëpp ñu fi teew tey di kontaan seen teewaay di wax ne daal tubaski bu ñoo jégmal si nii yal nañ ko fekkee ak jaama you know yal na bu benn xar mbukka kenn Alaaji Moodu nag moom mu ngi ree waaye you know di ñaanal ñëpp di ko fekkee ay at yu bëree bëri jërë ngeen jëf thank you.
Jërëjëf, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman Jah. So we would now move on to the main highlight of this event, which is the signing ceremony. You know, to formalize this partnership, you know, once more, that would give all of us access to, you know, watch the Euros live on GRTS, and you know, like Ma'am and Mr. Juve had assured us, you know, this is going to be another success story, and we no more going to the video clubs, exactly. So you can sit, you know, at the comfort of your houses and, you know, follow the games live, thanks to Qcell and GRTS, and we look forward to that. So I would now like to invite DDG and Chairman Jah to the table here to formally sign. And so we look forward to the start of the Euros, really, and that is going to be on Friday. So this is a very important moment yet again for football fans. I'm sure you're all looking forward to the Euros. And we, as a company, we're very much happy and of course proud as well to be able to partner with GRTS once more to make this happen. All right. Who's the witness? Okay. All right. There you go. And so we now have the chairman and DDG Juve signing the contract agreement. There you go. That's the symbolic handshake. Thank you once more. Thank you to Chairman Jah and Deputy Director General Modu Juve. We would now invite Mrs. Ami Sise and Mrs. Mam Jeng to sign as witnesses. As Chairman Jah highlighted earlier, they made this possible. You know, they've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this happen, and you know, we're very much proud of them as well. So they're overseeing marketing at Qcell and GRTS respectively. And right. Thank you, Ami. Thank you, Ma'am. Thank you very much. So we look forward to the start of the Euros, like I said, on Friday. That is, of course, going to be the 14th. And the Euros would end on the 14th of July, which is going to be on a Sunday. 24 teams featuring some of the world's biggest footballing nations. And so this is no small footballing event. But once more, we would like to thank, you can have your seats, we would like to thank Qcell and GRTS for making this possible. We know Gambia, our population, a greater chunk of the population are young people, and almost all of us are into football. And so the fact that you're making this possible for us to be able to follow some of our biggest stars, you know, live, you know, it means a lot. I'm sure, you know, Gambian football lovers are really very much grateful for this. So I'm afraid, you know, this is it. We look forward to the start of the Euros, and we're wishing all of us, especially GRTS, a successful, you know, tournament. We look forward to the games, to watching the games, and we once more want to say to the Gambian people, continue to patronize our services. We're able to do all of the things we're doing because of you, and so we appreciate as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Happy Tobaski. England will win. Thank you.